So I'm going to leave a link to otherchristianwritings.com, although no, no. The dates are off. They're, they put them as way too late. I'm not going to be charitable and say, the dates are kind of off. No, they're off by, I don't know why it's this new thing. Oh, we have to put it at the most extreme late possible date, or else we're not being, um, you know, honest in a scholarship form way. No. Okay, so Paul, um, Paul's disciple Barnabas wrote Barnabas. Now, there's plenty of people who try to say, "Oh, Barnabas didn't really write Barnabas." To me, that's just wishful thinking. Read Paul and then read Barnabas. Tell me that that wasn't the guy that was traveling around with Paul for, almost 20 years, and that a hell of a lot of theology rubbed off on Barnabas. So, I mean, that that's not pseudo Barnabas, that is Barnabas. All right. But now to the undisputeds. And here we go. Peter and Paul taught Clement of Rome, and multiple people talked about the fact that Clement I had the voices of the apostles Peter and Paul ringing in his ears when he wrote, right? And his writing is well within the first century. Oh, I should mention before any of this the Didache, which dates as early as AD 50, and the most skeptical atheistic scholars will put it at AD 120. So that should tell you something right there. And then we have John, the Apostle John. The Apostle John had Ignatius of Antioch, who lived from AD 35. I believe that's incorrect. I believe it was AD 30 to 107. And there's strong evidence to support that. Pius, who died around 100. Polycarp, who was born around 69, AD 69. And then we have their students. Irenaeus of Lyon, born in the 120s in the Middle East, died 102. His student was Justin Martyr. His student was Tatian. His student was Alexander of Greece. And his student was Clement of Alexandria, whose student was Origen of Alexandria. And his student was Hippolytus. Now, Hippolytus could have also learned from St. Lawrence or vice versa. And Tertullian, 180 163 to 80 to 25. What did they give for Hippolytus? Oh, sorry, Hippolytus. 8170 to 8235. And then we have things like Marbar Serapion, right? So this is the we have a paper trail from the apostles. And then we have non-canonical, yet non-heretical writings like the Acts of Paul and Thecla, the Protevangelium of James, that were floating around out there that weren't Gnostic, that weren't exactly heretical, but just they didn't think they should belong in the New Testament. Barnabas and the Shepherd of Hermas were in um, the oldest books, and I mean books like a bound book, not just scrolls, of the Bible, of the 50 books that were sent out that said, fill this with what the Christians believed. We see Barnabas and the Shepherd of Hermas in there. Barnabas, I implore people to read it for themselves. That's definitely Paul's companion. I mean, look at the way he writes and everything. But yeah, First Clement, which is within the first century, has was said to still have the voices of Peter and Paul within his ears. And then we have 3 disciples of John. And then, of course, there's Marbar Serapion, that dates to around 63 to 150 is one date. Another date is 20 to 80, 20 to 80, 90. But yeah, that's it. Polycarp Pius, Ignatius of Antioch, who I highly recommend. Irenaeus of Lyon, highly recommend. Justin Martyr, highly recommend. First Clement, highly recommend. The Didache and the Epistle of Barnabas, can't recommend enough. And then Tatian, Alexander of Greece, Clement of Alexandria, I can't recommend highly enough, but I would suggest reading Barnabas and Didache before that. Hippolytus is great as well. Alright, peace to you. And yeah, we have the paper trail. And they're also telling us what books to use and what books not to use. And funny enough is that the books that they tell us to use wind up in the good old Bible. Peace to you. Please pray for all those persecuted in Syria right now.